Hey guys, what's going on? Legion Luda here playing more RuneScape Dragonwilds. So just make sure you got yourself a RuneCrafting potion, and so it's going to be essential that you've got lodestones located at all these places, and what you do is basically you're going to be shooting arrows once you teleport to each lodestone to knock the essence on the ground, and you're going to do that for all the places you've got a lodestone. And then they're sort of just going to form, and I think it's about like a 40-minute or 30-minute timer. So about every 30 to 40 minutes, I'm pretty sure that's how long it is, you can go back and shoot them down again. And this is basically throughout the day. I did that today, and this is basically the result. So I guess if you have more lodestones than I do, and they're all perfectly located at the rune essence, make sure they're not too close to the actual rune essence node, because it will not respawn. So you got to be careful about that. But basically, I mean, if you were to do this for an entire week, you'd have an insane amount of rune essence on the ground. So overall, you basically could be using these giant the spell that breaks up multiple rune essence at once, which that's how you're going to be saving the time, because by shooting them all down and then coming here and then breaking them up in giant clusters like that is going to save a pretty good amount of time. And then you just sort of come and mine them all together. And the reason that this is also saving time is because once you shoot them down out the sky, you basically can do other things in the game for that 40 minutes, and then you just sort of come back. And you could easily argue that you're wasting runes to come here and shoot them down, but ultimately you're going to be leveling up rune crafting in the game, and it takes forever. So I really wouldn't worry about it too much, and you get a lot of runes when you do craft runes, so it's not that big of a deal. But basically just make sure that your rune crafting potion is active at all times, because you don't want to be losing a little bit of extra XP, because this particular skill takes a long time to level up. And this is pretty much it. I mean, I don't have a lot of lodestones for this. It's unfortunate. I'm not sure why I don't have a lot of lodestones. I just sort of like the ones I've got. So if you were to do this on more of a massive scale, you get a lot more. But basically, you're going to see at the end of the video how much rune essence we've got. And actually, this kind of gives you a little bit of an indication of where you might want to place your lodestones, because that's another thing, right? They're going to be in different places on the map. So this allows you to sort of see the way that I've done it. Obviously, as you navigate through the game, you're going to see the different places that have them. I sort of skip certain areas. Certain areas are also dangerous too, like a little bit deadly. You're going to have to fight monsters if you were to go there. So I completely avoided most of those, because that's not very efficient, right? So I tried to just completely stay away from those. And then, yeah, pretty much just every so often you would come and shoot them down out the sky. It could be with magic, it could be with range. This is just how I'm going to be doing it. Obviously, this is going to be a time thing. It's just going to take time, so we got to invest a lot of time into it. But ultimately, I'm sure that as the game progresses, they're going to add other ways to get rune crafting XP. Maybe it's just going to be a bigger node that gives you more rune essence. I'm not entirely sure, but rune crafting is just important in the game. It unlocks different abilities with Swift Step, and then obviously the one that I use that crushes all these up. So I'm not quite sure what other spells they're going to introduce, but I'm sure when it came out with RuneCrafting, they kind of already had an outline for all the different things that it was going to be able to do. And sometimes I kind of forget, I've got so many lodestones, which one's which. But this one's got quite a bit of it. And we're actually out of room here because we already had things in our storage chest. So we're going to have to depart from the video, but we're going to come back, and essentially we're just going to be showing you guys how much essence we got from doing this from just these locations. So we don't really go anywhere extra. So it's just going to be the ones here, and then I believe I'm going to show one more spot, and that's pretty much it. But overall, I think it's quite a bit of essence at the end of the video you're going to see here. So this is the last spot that we do hit, and you can already see these ones up on the right, they've already respawned. So essentially I'm showing you how I do it, and I probably could have been a better shot there, but yeah, the arrows are actually minimal too, because it's easy to make them. So in all, in total, it's about like 1768 rune essence, and then you're essentially just gonna sit here and turn them into the runes that you need. We actually had to empty our inventory of them. I just thought that might be the better way to do it. That way you could sort of make an even amount of each rune that you know that you use a lot of when you play the game. So I mean, obviously you could do it individually. You don't have to let them stack up like I did, all the nodes. But there's just so much other stuff to do in the game, so I feel like allowing them to stack up and then blasting all the rocks once they've stacked. I mean, and imagine what I had there. So if you did that for like a week or two, right? I mean, one blast potentially could just blow up so many. It could almost, like, will definitely fill up your inventory. But I mean, just multiply that times 10 days. So you're about 7,600. Oh, so it'd be crazy. I believe it's about like, what? So I had 1,768, so it'd be like 17,678, give or take, depending on how many lodestones you have. So it's almost 20,000 rune essence in a matter of 10 days. So overall, though, you would just have to multiply the XP that I got times 10 at that point. And yeah, so RuneCrafting is just going to be a slow skill, but we just wanted to show you guys how we're going to be doing it, as it's going to be sort of brutal. But yeah, so anyway, we're going to continue on our road to Mark. Thanks for watching.